In Tianjin, China, the stage was set for high-stakes diplomacy. The Shanghai Cooperation Organization, or SCO, brought together leaders who rarely agree on anything, but this time, their body language spoke volumes. Prime Minister Narendra Modi sat between Russian President Vladimir Putin and Chinese President Xi Jinping, a symbolic image that underlined India's balancing act in a rapidly shifting world order. For India, the Modi-Putin summit was more than just optics. It reaffirmed what New Delhi calls a special and privileged strategic partnership with Moscow. The two leaders discussed energy ties, defense cooperation, and trade expansion, critical lifelines at a time when India faces mounting U.S. tariffs for continuing to import discounted Russian oil. India has defended its stance as pure economic pragmatism. Affordable energy for 1.4 billion people cannot be compromised. But this summit wasn't just about India and Russia. The SCO has become a platform where non-Western powers signal their independence from US-led blocs. China slammed what it called bullying behavior, while Russia accused the West of militarization. India, however, played it smart, echoing the need for multipolarity without directly targeting the West. In other words, Modi is telling the world, India will not choose sides, it will chart its own course. Now let's check out the history. What exactly is the SCO? Founded in 2001, it started as a regional security grouping led by China and Russia. Today, it includes heavyweights like India, Pakistan, and Central Asian nations, representing over 40% of the world's population. It's often seen as a counterweight to Western alliances like NATO, but India uses it differently. For New Delhi, the SCO is less about military pacts and more about access to energy pipelines, Eurasian trade routes, and a diplomatic table where the US has no seat. And here lies the crux. US pressure is mounting. Washington has already slapped steep tariffs on Indian goods and warned against deeper oil trade with Russia. But India's counter-strategy is clear and multi-layered. First, diversification. New Delhi is shifting forex reserves away from US Treasury bills toward gold, insulating itself from dollar shocks. Second, energy security. By buying Russian oil and investing in Middle Eastern corridors, India ensures it won't be hostage to Western price caps. Third, diplomatic hedging. India strengthens ties with the US through Quad and tech partnerships, while simultaneously keeping Russia close for defense and energy. It's a textbook case of multi-alignment, not non-alignment. The SCO summit in Tianjin, therefore, is more than a photo op. It signals India's determination to remain a swing power in the new Cold War dynamics. Modi's handshake with Putin, his careful positioning with Xi, and his balancing act with Biden all point to a single strategy: protect India's growth story, secure India's autonomy, and ensure India's voice is impossible to ignore in a fractured world order. The message to Washington is subtle but firm. Tariffs and pressure will not force India's hand. Instead, India will diversify, hedge, and adapt. And to Moscow, the message is equally clear. Despite global turbulence, India sees value in this long-standing partnership. As great power rivalry intensifies, New Delhi's challenge will be to keep this balancing act intact, walking the tightrope without falling off. The SCO stage just showed us, India is learning to master the art.